everybody, this is Mana here once again with more Vanilla 1.8 Survival, of course, as what I've been doing lately, and as you can see, that light is finally off. I have waited so long for this. Oh yeah, my internet's having problems, so you don't see my awesome skin that I have on all the time, but you can see there are no slimes in my slime farm. This light is not lit up, and basically there probably aren't going to be for a very long time. You can see here that, my gosh, I've gotten a lot of slime balls from this. Look at this. 4 stacks and 24, well, 4 stacks and 45 slime blocks. Not just slime balls, slime blocks. That is a lot of slime blocks. So, what I've gone ahead and done, obviously since I have speed 2, my base is lagging a bit here. I'll explain what I've done with this later. Is I've just went into my slime farm, and I pretty much, there's still slimes, it just refuses to stop spawning, but I put water in the middle of every single one of these so that slimes don't really spawn as much as they used to. I mean, obviously, they're still going to spawn sometimes, but they don't spawn nearly as much as they used to. Let me turn my music down a little bit so you can't hear it over my amazing voice. And obviously, I didn't just build this with the intention of having a ton of slime balls and not using them for anything. And that is finally why. My plan is coming to fruition. I have prepared for this. I prepared for the moment ever since slime blocks have come out. I knew I was going to do something like this, and somebody else has probably done something like this, but I have not been informed. So, I am going to modify, heavily modify, a very, very early version of an Enderman farm that was done by Etho, but it is super efficient. It uses slime balls. I've tested it out in creative. There are 395 spawn spaces. 395! And it only requires 30 pistons, and it's infinitely expandable up. So you'll know what I'm talking about once I'm finished with it. And the reason why I need this Enderman farm is because, well, I kind of sort of need Enderman a little bit. Now, this design took me, like, the whole weekend to actually, you know, perfect. I tried it out on a zombie pigman farm, but it doesn't really work too well because of the restrictions for the Y level for that. So I'm probably just going to go with the thing where you make, you know, a giant platform and then make iron golems kill the zombie pigmen. But I'm not making a gold farm. I'm making an Enderman farm. So because I need 30 pistons, I'm just going to make those right now because I actually connected a portal to my end thingy. Okay, so then it requires about 2 stacks. I'm just gonna bring like all 4 just in case it requires a lot more than I originally thought it did. Of course I gotta put these away. I can't have my inventory filling up with those now, can I? I'm probably going to smelt all of this and just use stone bricks again because I have a ton of stone. I don't really know what to do with it. Yeah, I'm just gonna use stone bricks. Because who cares? Not stone brick slabs, though. These type of slabs. Okay, I guess just put... Ugh! Why is there 1 iron ingot in here? I should probably put that in this chest so it doesn't annoy the crap out of me. Gotta take something out of here. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna put all of the blocks that I need in here. So there are 4 stacks of slime blocks. I'm just gonna put a ton of these right here. I can carry the stone slabs with me. They don't really require very much space. Now, what you do need for this is a crap ton of repeaters, and you need 2 comparators for the timer. This does not rely on tripwire or pressure plates or any of that stuff. It just is a timer that pushes them off, and it works nearly as well. In fact, it might even work better. So, would 16 be enough? I think 16 would be enough, but I'm just going to make a couple extra just in case. And by a couple, I mean a crap ton, obviously. And for the rest of the timer, I think that should be it. Yeah, that's all you need for this. You just need you need a crap ton of building material. You need some pistons, and that's it. That's in line, of course, you know, the 4 stacks of slime blocks. Those are essential. And, of course, a stack of redstone blocks, because why not? So, this works as an experience farm and as an ender pearl farm. Now, the reason why I'm making an ender pearl farm is obviously because I don't have any. I literally have 0 ender pearls, and I need a bit more than that to actually work on some of the projects I want to work on, because they require Well, they don't require it, but they pretty much do require teleportation, and I don't have any of that, so I might as well do it. Oh yeah, I haven't mentioned this now, have I? This, I blew up the cave a little bit more. I added these cobblestone walls around this. I added glowstone below it. I always seem to get really lucky with this because literally the light level goes down to 8 but not 7, so that's pretty good. I removed most of the torches. You can't see most of them from here. I added these little light thingies. I think they look pretty good. I don't know. There's a crafting table under this one if you're wondering what the heck that is. So yeah. There's not much else to it than that. You don't even need blocks that slime blocks can't move. So, let's get into this super long and annoying process that's probably going to take me forever and ever and ever and ever. Let's do it. There is a bunny and a horse in the nether. I don't know how I feel about this. Now there's only a horse. Alright, so now that we're in the end, what I have to do is, or what we have to do, I suppose. You are joining me for this, right? So what we have to do now is build 128 blocks away from this so that the entire island gets unloaded. Yes, I do have an ender chest with me. I was afraid I forgot the most important thing, which is the ender chest. It has everything in it. Also, I should probably turn on sticky keys for this because I do not feel safe. But you know what? I'm not going to cheat and do that. I should probably make these into stone bricks so they don't look like utter crap. I mean, stone looks pretty good just by itself, but I just don't want it to look like that right now. So 128 blocks away, I'm probably going to build all the way to 240 or something, just to be safe. Okay, this should be far enough out. As you can see, there are 0 entities spawned because I'm far enough away from the actual island. I can still sort of see it, but there's nothing spawned over there. So I believe this should be far enough away. I'm gonna go ahead and get down to 10 blocks. So, now that I'm all the way out here and nothing will ever spawn over here, obviously I'm going to light up this just a little bit so that nothing spawns over here. Of course, as I say that, an Enderman spawns on it. That's just amazing. Though, as you can see now, the edge of the island is completely covered in Endermen because, well, I left the island and came back, and the spawning spaces were just so desperate they spread them all over the place. So, now I need to build a platform that I can actually focus on, you know, having the Enderman fall into, which should be a platform that's about right here. Yes. And hopefully I don't fall off in the process of me doing this, because that would be extremely bad. I probably shouldn't have brought, like, all of my good stuff with me. That would have been a pretty smart idea, don't you think? Okay, this seems about big enough. Now I probably need to set my ender chest down so I can get my stuff out of it. Oh boy, this is going to be extremely fun, isn't it? Yes, it is. So now I'm going to just opt to build this little thingy so that I can't really fall off of this, because that seems to be one of my problems, is I fall off of stuff a lot. Now let's just say the central collection point should be somewhere in the middle, so I'm going to count an even number off here. And of course I'm going to do this just so that I can't fall off just a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just make the area, the collection area right here, which I'm going to mark with just regular stone so that I know what it is. There. Okay, so all of the Endermen in this entire farm are basically going to end up in this little circle right here. And in the middle of this little circle, I'm going to have a water source set up so that I can blow the crap out of them with it. Actually, wait. So now we finally got that sorted out. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of preliminarily, actually, I'm going to take this silk touch pick out. Just so that I can pick up this little ender chest and put it back down somewhere else that it's not going to be in the way. Like right here, for example, put the silk touch pick back. So this is where the water is going to be, so I need to make an actual crafting table, put it in here. Just put it right there for now. And I need to make some signs. There we go. Now I'm going to put the signs right here in the middle, which I probably should have brought water for this, shouldn't I? Please tell me I have water. Please tell me I have.
Zombie villagers have armor on and they converts.
Oh, wow, great, just great. Apparently my bed was missing or obstructed, which it isn't, because I just slept in it before I came here, so now I'm back at true spawn. This is just awesome. Now I have to walk all the way back to my house. I never realized how weird my beacons look from over here. They look pretty weird. Anyway, now I've got an infinite water source, so I can pretty much just take water from anywhere I want to. I actually could have just put the water source in the middle here because this is going to be an, in fact, infinite water source. So yeah, that gives me a lot of reason to just completely take this one away. I don't know why I didn't just put the infinite water there in the first place. But yeah, this is here for a reason. It's not to hurt the Endermen or anything. It's just to drop the TNT in that I'm going to use to blow them up. Yes, I'm going to be blowing up some Endermen, and I like that concept. I should probably make an actual chest here so that I can put some stuff away. Of course, because I'm going to get such an overload of ender pearls, I'm going to need to put some stuff in this chest. So, I'll put the sign in there. I don't know why I have nether quartz. There we go. I'm also going to need a decent amount of half slabs for this, not just normal blocks, so I'm going to put some of these in here. There we go. And get some of these stone bricks, get 2 stacks of slime blocks with me, and I have already a stack of these. This looks good. Now what I need to do is build a giant stack of half rings up 42 blocks up so the Endermen die in one hit when they get down here. So let me do that. Which the reason why I'm doing this is because the Endermen are 3 blocks tall. They can't get out if I put a half slab on the 3rd block of this right above this. In fact, this is the minimum amount of space, or the maximum amount of space they can have before they get out. Now for this design, I'm going to need to have 2 rings because the area that the Endermen are actually in is this area around the middle right here. So I really hope this works, or else I'm going to spend like an hour building this and it's not ever going to do anything. So that's going to be an hour. It's going to take me longer than a freaking hour. What am I talking about? So the Endermen are now going to be trapped in this little place over here. Now all I have to do is do this all the way until up there. So see you in 5 years. Okay, well, all 14 layers of this is done. I completely cut it out. I didn't even speed it up or anything just because I didn't want to have to make you sit through, like, half an hour of me just making those. In fact, that took a long time. That took like an hour. Oh my goodness, I did not think that... Wow, yeah, I started at 11:16, it's 12:17 already. It's taken me an hour so far. I'm being a little bit slow, but... Yeah, these are to keep the Endermen in the same position the whole time when they fall through so they don't escape my chamber where I'll kill them and stuff. Whoa. 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 What the... Oh, okay, whatever. That was kind of weird. I'm just gonna throw you out. I don't even know what you are. You're some type of ghost ladder. But this is the reason why I have these up here. It's 'cause the vines. I forgot the most important part. I had to go back and get vines. The vines are to reset their fall damage when they fall down here so that they don't all just, you know, die, because the ones at the top will obviously, by the time they can get down here, they'll probably be dead. So, I mean, it's pretty good that you can reset their fall damage by doing this. Now, the good thing is I don't die if I fall from here because my overpowered feather falling boots, whoops, is my overpowered feather falling boots. I did actually fall all the way down from up here, but it only took, I still had like 2.5 hearts left, so that's good news. You do need to put buttons all around this, like so. Here we go. And then you need to put some in the middle also. on each of these side thingies. And these buttons are to keep the vines from growing past them so that, you know, they don't completely just destroy the whole thing. I'm gonna turn this music down a little bit because that's probably getting quite annoying. Why did my music value reset again? That's really weird. Okay, so now what I need to do, well, first of all, I should probably put some vines up here. They will eventually grow down, so it doesn't really matter if I place them at the bottom or not. It just matters as if they're at the top, because obviously vines don't grow upwards. That'd be awesome if they did, but they didn't. So I'm putting 3 layers of the vines just to be safe, that the, you know, mobs don't completely die and explode in a death that will never be recorded ever again just because it was so terrible. Because this is to ensure that their fall damage actually gets reset, because sometimes they slow down, but they don't slow down enough. Right, so for now I'm just going to put vines on the very bottom layer and the very top layer, and eventually they'll start to grow downwards. Okay, this is really nerve-wracking, by the way, because I think that I'm high up enough now that I would just barely die if I fell from here. Oh man, I've only built an Enderman farm like 3 times, or maybe, yeah, like 4 times in my entire existence. I haven't done it in a while. I actually haven't done it since like last December or something like that. It's been almost a year since I've made one of these. But this time it's in my own design. And for the last couple of years I just copied Etho's Ender, but I think that this is more efficient resource-wise. You know, as long as you have a slime farm. Because if not, well, you're going to be hunting in a swamp for the rest of your life, as I've said already. Okay, there we go. That should reset all of their fall damage when they fall down. Now, what I need to do is build up 2 right here, and the reason why it's 2 and not 1 is because if they don't fall hard enough basically on the vines the first time, they'll kind of just sit there and float, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna build 2 up. This is the actual platform that the Endermen are going to spawn on right here. So yeah, this is the part where I actually want them to spawn on. Now this middle part right here, it's no longer necessary to have full blocks, so I'm just gonna build up like this and do half slabs for most of this, because they can't fall in the middle or else it'll screw up the whole thing, because that's where I'm going to be collecting all the XP and stuff. Alright, okay, so now since these are each 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 long, they're going to eventually extend to be 12 long, because this is going to be sort of a funnel shape. But for now they're only 8 long, so what I need to do is, I can waste this cobblestone, is I need to count 1, 2, 3, 4 out, and, you know, near the middle somewhere. It doesn't actually matter where you put the piston, I just want to put it near the middle. You have to put the piston, actually I need to, oh, no, this is so nerve-wracking. Look at what I'm doing. I'm literally standing over the void right now. This is not good. You need to put a sticky piston over here, and do this with your slime blocks. There we go. This is going to be a lot harder to recreate in, you know, survival than it was in creative the very first time. I've never built this in survival before, obviously, because I just came up with it. So let's see how this goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of wish I brought more cobblestone for this. Probably should have thought about that earlier, because these blocks are never going to see the light. I'm so nervous I'm messing up my words. The light of day. There we go. They're never going to see the light of day ever again. I probably should have brought a ton of backup cobblestone for this. But who cares? I'm very good at wasting materials, and I'm going to do what I'm very good at. So, I'm going to turn the music down again. Why does it keep getting turned up mysteriously, magically? I don't know. This is the base layer for this. These pistons don't really require much more attention other than this. This is it. This is the whole setup, and then you just gotta funnel this out, which is harder than it seems, because, well, you can probably guess. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It also doesn't help that I'm having to build this on top of slime blocks, but I will make do. So now all you have to do is copy this design on top of it again, like this. However, this time the platforms are going to be spaced farther apart, and they're going to be longer. like this. Okay, so now I've got all the spawning platforms down for the second layer. Just gotta break all these so that sticky pistons don't get all messed up. Whew, man, oh my gosh. I do not want to fall off. I don't think anybody would ever want to fall off of this. Okay, so I remember putting half slabs somewhere weird. Let me just check where I did those. Okay, so if you want something to remember how you're placing your pistons, just place the next one, which there's a piston in here somewhere. Yeah, place the next piston right above the next one. I'm not talking about the Y value, I'm talking about, you know, that value. Basically, don't worry about the horizontal value at all. That's never going to change. Just change the vertical value and move it out onwards for the first 2 levels. After I'm finished with the first 2 levels, however, I'm going to make a sort of twist. And since this funnel shape only, you know, is a funnel for the first 2 layers, eventually it becomes a more straight-on shape that's a lot more linear, and it's going to in a minute, because this is going to reach 12 blocks long, and that's the maximum that one piston is able to push out with, you know, slime blocks attached to it, so it's not going to be able to go for much longer. So after this, something's going to change a little bit, and the thing that's going to change is I'm going to have to put half slabs over here because the slime blocks are going to be under every single one of these layers. I'll explain that more when I actually get to it. There, so here's the next layer. Then all I have to do is set the piston in the same block again, and it should be right about in the middle. Now, I've gone through more than a stack of slime blocks already, so yeah, you do need a lot of slime for this. So yeah, having those 5 stacks of slime blocks that I have would actually be useful in this situation. Oh my gosh, okay, so now that these 3 layers are done, this is as far out as it funnels. So now what I'm going to have to eventually do, which that sentence made a whole lot of sense, I realize. The next layer is going to be directly on top of this layer. So what I'm going to have to do, actually, yeah, there we go. Obviously these layers have to be 3 blocks apart or the Enderman won't even spawn. So what I have to do now is the same thing over again. However, this time I actually have to include these stone slabs over here so that, you know, the Endermen don't spawn on the slime blocks, because that would be a little bit, you know, not good if they did that. Okay, so now all you gotta do is, you know, place the pistons again just like you did last time. As follows. Which now would actually be a smart idea to lay out the pistons so that you don't have to do this every time. Just make a straight pillar upwards, but I'm not like that. I'm not efficient, so I'm not gonna do that. The only good thing about these half slabs is now we actually have more room that we can stand on, so I'm not quite as afraid that I'm gonna fall off the edge now. Still quite afraid though. Well, actually, I do need to kinda work in the middle a little bit, so I should probably do that. Yay! Okay, so that's how long the Endermen are gonna fall all the way from the top. I should actually probably make this a real ladder now, shouldn't I? Ugh, I have more stone in here. I was afraid I was gonna run out. It looks so weird from down here. It just looks like a giant conglomeration of greenness. I'm just going to finish the slime block thingy-majigger on this one, and then I'm going to finally hook up the redstone and see how it goes, because I'm really starting to wonder if this will actually work or not. So, yeah, the ring has got to go all the way around here. I'm only building this out of these types of slabs because, you know, it's block conservative. My pinky is starting to get tired. This is not a good sign. Now, mobs can't spawn on top of pistons, so you don't have to worry about putting slabs on top of those. But now what I have to do is do a pattern like this. Put a repeater right here, one right there. Go over here, put one after each corner, and one before every single piston intersection. And that carries the signal all the way around the rectangle. So there, and then that powers all of the first pistons. What you need for this, though, what you essentially need for this is some sort of timer, which means, well, I'm going to attach some sort of timer to this. So What you need for this, though, is a monostable circuit. If you don't know what a monostable circuit is, well, you're going to learn. So, what I need right here, because there needs to be a repeater, which actually, now I'm going to keep a repeater there just to keep the That was a fail. I hope I never have to do that ever again. Okay, made some more repeaters, pretend that never happened, and I don't even know how that happened. How in the world did that happen? What I need to do is place one right there, put a piston right here, put a repeater going into this, or no, I don't need that. I don't need a repeater going to that piston, what I'm talking about. This repeater needs to be facing this way. And what I need to do is make a redstone signal go into there from a redstone block, which would be right here. As you can see, it makes all the pistons extend, but this is where the timer portion of this comes in, which I'm glad this is connected to my ladder because I need to go down and get some iron from my ender chest. Whoop, okay. Oh, yes, my repeaters. Oh, they're saved. Yes, I was so worried I'd have to make like an entire another stack of those. Okay, so for this timer, you need the hoppers leading into each other, like that. And you need to put 15 of something in here, because I have so much redstone. I am going to waste some, but I'm going to put it in here. Now, that starts the timer. When this switches back, as you can see, now, of course, because this is a monostable circuit, I need to extend the pulse a little bit. Or else, well, these pistons are going to drop off their slime blocks in weird positions. So I need to set the repeater to multiple ticks so that it doesn't make the slime blocks get detached. Because if a repeater activates, or if a piston activates for a single tick and then retracts, it leaves its blocks behind. So that's why I'm setting that repeater to 3 instead. What I'm going to need to do here is build an entire stairwell, I guess, of these up. You can sort of cheat by building up a stairway and putting redstone on that stairway. And it actually makes the redstone go all the way up to signal. And I really hope they never fix this. I think they announced that they weren't going to because it's been used for such a long time. Okay, with a bunch of delicate planning... Oh man, I'm so afraid I'm going to fall off now. I have made it... Okay. Let me see if I can talk properly now. I have made the line go all the way up to the top piston from the bottom one. And let's see if this works. I'm just going to go ahead and put another redstone block. Let's see. Whoopsie-dooski. Okay, let's see if the top block activates. Yes, it does. Okay, so it goes all the way up to the top from this one right here. Now, I have to do this 4 times. This is so awesome. Okay, so what I'm doing now is not falling off, and basically I've got all the wiring done by super precision and awesomeness, just like you would expect from me, right? And falling off because of bugs, that makes a lot of sense. So now, what I'm doing is going above these slime blocks and basically putting half slabs above them because mobs, for whatever reason, can spawn on slime blocks even though they're not opaque. I don't know why, but they can. So this is the last step that I have before the Enderman farm is completely complete. Enderman, do not attack me. I would not be happy. I haven't even made a backup of the world yet, so I'm going to be very not happy if I die. I don't think anybody... Ooh. I looked at that guy, luckily he didn't get mad. Just pretend that everything will be okay and that I'm not all the way up like 500 blocks in the air. And that I, didn't just look at an Enderman. And that I'm going to have to do parkour to get over to where I want to be. Meaning this! Okay. Okay, so... Okay, I've also covered all the redstone in half slabs so that nothing can spawn there. Oh my goodness. Okay, now all I've got to do is actually turn the timer on, and this should be good. Alright, the moment of faith, let's do this. Put 18 redstone in there, put 18 redstone in there. It knocks all of the Endermen down. Which, of course, the sides are spawning Enderman now. Look at that. There are Enderman spawned on each of the sides just because I didn't. Hey, Enderman, can you, like, get pushed off or something? Let's see if this actually worked. Huh! It's actually working. Look at these Ender Pearls. Oh my gosh, I'm actually getting some stuff done. Now, this farm will become more efficient as I make more layers onto it. Come on, pistons, get pushed. There you go. Look at this. Look at this. I only have 4 layers on this, and look at how efficient it is. I've already got more than a stack of Ender Pearls. Well, this was worth it. I hope that you knew how worth it this was, because look at this. Well, of course, I am going to have to probably adjust this up a little bit, put half slabs down here so the Endermen don't, you know, always faceplant and die on the ground, but that's for later. Okay, well, I just wanted you to know that this is in the next episode, technically, but there were some problems with this Enderman farm that I wanted to address just in case you're making it yourself. It's a really simple fix, but I sort of messed it up. You may have noticed, well, I'm going to turn these guys down, that the Endermen were dying, you know, just a sort of little bit. When they fell down here, they would immediately die, and the reason for that I found out, I probably should have suspected this earlier. I mean, some of them still do, but like maybe 1/10 of them do now. But I fixed it. And the problem was, you know, it's called the Vortex, but somehow I completely skipped over this little detail. When I made this farm, I completely forgot about, you know, I was like, why haven't I made a farm like this before? This is amazing. And I sort of forgot about the problem where if you make it go down, the mobs sort of take fall damage on these because they're not falling into this. So what I've done is I just put furnaces above the slime blocks with vines on them. I suppose this is a vine farm, too. Aww. The vines don't actually pop off. Never mind. But, yeah, now it works properly because when the Endermen get knocked down here, this fires. I actually set this clock up to fire twice now every single time the pistons do it so that, as you can see, it does it again, so that when the Endermen fall down here, they get pushed again down into the middle of the vortex. So now we no longer have that problem. If you're wondering why it's furnaces, is because, slime blocks cannot attach to some tile entities, and furnaces are tile entities like those. You could use dispensers, but obviously furnaces are the easiest ones to get. So yeah, they were taking fall damage, so I just did that. And that's pretty much it. It was the easiest fix ever, and I'm glad it actually works now. You would get a lot of Endermen really fast, is basically what I'm trying to say. It would only require 30 pistons. So, back to the actual outro of this episode before I figured out that this thing is a complete fail and fixed it. However, I think that's going to be it for this episode, because that took way too long, and now I'm probably going to enable my slime farm again, because I only have 2 stacks of them. I used up 2.5 stacks of slime blocks on that so far, but it's actually surprisingly efficient. So, leave a like, maybe, even if you didn't like it. Maybe you're feeling nice. I don't know. I hope you enjoyed. I sincerely hope you do. So, bye.